Good evening and welcome to the BC Scotties 2024 BC Championship, live from the Archie Browning Arena in beautiful downtown Esquimalt. Tonight we're featuring the Team Corinne Brown from the Kamloops Curling Club versus Team Ryan from the Golden Ears Curling Club in Maple Ridge. My name is Bruce Renwick, competition manager for Curl BC, and I'll be commentating the game this evening. Both of these teams are very familiar with each other, meeting in many games on the BC Curling Tour, as well as previous championships. Curling with Corinne Brown tonight is third Aaron Pincott, second Jennifer Armstrong, and lead Samantha Fisher. They're coached by Jim Cotter, veteran BC champion, who is now curling mixed doubles with his daughter Jaylyn. Jaylyn and Jim finished third in the BC Mixed Doubles Championships last month at the Victoria Curling Club. Curling with Kirsten Ryan is Shannon Jonis, Megan Yamamoto, formerly Daniels, and Kristen Fox. They're coached by Olympian Diane Dezura. Kristen's team won the tiebreaker last night against Team Reese Hansen, a local Victoria club, 8-7. And then this afternoon defeated Team Bowles, another Victoria club, 8-4. They had 3 games yesterday and 2 more today, so definitely getting their money's worth at this championship. Team Corinne Brown went through the round robin with a 6-1 record, only losing twice. Once to Team Grandy in the round robin, 9-2, and then in this morning's 1 versus 2 game, 8-3. The winner of this game will play Team Grandy tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. on Czech TV. Remember to get your Curl BC province-wide 50-50 tickets. The pot right now sits at $2,810, and you can get your tickets by logging on to curlbc.ca/daily5050/. $2,810, and that pot will build tonight. Kirsten Fox will be throwing the first stone for Team Ryan. We should see a fairly conservative first end, just as we did in the men's game this afternoon, with Kristen calling the rock to the top 4 foot. You'll probably see the teams exchange stones for the first end, explore the ice a little bit, and try to get through to the second or third end without anybody getting a big score. Corinne calling for a takeout and a little hit and roll to the edge of the 8 foot, just to change up the shot a little bit for Team Ryan. Should be a fairly straightforward first end here with Kristen Ryan calling a hit for Kirsten Fox. The teams will just exchange stones, explore the ice a little bit during this first end. And then once they're familiar with the ice and feel comfortable, got the nerves out, they'll start to mix things up in the third or fourth end. First 2 ends are generally fairly straight up and down the ice. Allow them to get stretched out, allow them to get used to the ice, and then we should see the 2 teams mix it up a little bit. Samantha Fisher throwing her second stone of the end. She might have popped that out a little bit. Little piece of it, but not enough to remove it. Kristen now calling one to the top of the 4. Both these teams very familiar with each other. First rock for Megan Yamamoto. Called for a draw to the top of the forefoot. Again, I don't think we'll see either team mix it up too much during this first end as they explore the ice and get used to the game. A little bit heavy by Megan. Slid through the house. Gives a chance for Corinne to make up for the last shot. And Jennifer Armstrong, new to the team this year. Team Brown of currently is ranked number 7 in the country on the CTRS points, so still does have a chance if she happens to not win the 2024 BC Scotties Women's Championship. Still has a chance to possibly get to the Brier or to the Scotties as a wild card team. Megan Yamamoto's second shot. Right on the money. You'll just see the teams exchange stones this end and familiarize themselves with the ice. Jen Armstrong's second shot. Clean throw, just keeping it clean all the way down to it. Good throw. Again, changing the position of the stone. Shannon Jonice's first rock of the game here tonight. Shannon and her husband Dean run the Golden Ears Curling Club in Maple Ridge. Shannon, a veteran of many big games, very comfortable out there in a situation like this. Team Brown team has been together for a number of years, with Jen Armstrong coming in this year to replace Desiree Hawes, who's moved to Alberta with her husband Tyler Tardy. Calling a draw out to the wings, just again trying to change up the position, change the shot for Kirsten, explore the ice. Just calling for a hit and a stick here. Trying to hold it straight. Good roll, hit back into the middle. Fairly clean end. They'll just go back up and down the ice, explore different spots of the ice, get comfortable with their slides, get comfortable with the weight, and then we should see a little more aggression next end, and then in the third and fourth, it should really heat up. Good clean hit. First shot for Tristan Ryan. Both teams very familiar with each other, and both teams very comfortable in a situation, in a big game situation like this. Both teams have been in these situations many times, and we expect to see a great game tonight on sheet B. Shot for Kristen Ryan. The ice again this week has just been fantastic. Mike Merklinger, with the help of Cody Hall and their crew, have just made such a surface for the athletes. Nothing but great praise for the ice makers all week from the athletes. The shot making has been incredible, and we've just seen some great curling. People are still starting to stream into the arena. Last afternoon, we had a local Victoria team, Jason Montgomery, who's now playing in the men's final, helped to fill the arena. We had about 300 to 400 fans out this afternoon, and they were very appreciative, very loud when the local teams made shots. We expect to see the same tonight. Jason's back out on the ice on sheet D against Jeff Richard in the men's semifinal. That game can be found live on Czech TV. It's a clean hit by Corinne Brown. Again, Kristen Ryan will be just try to hit and stick and force Corinne to hit and roll out to achieve her blank end, which really is the objective in the first end. Get familiar with the ice. Try not to get yourself in trouble. And so far, it's been a very up and down end. Kristen Ryan just settling into the hack for her second shot of the first end, trying to hit and stick and force Corinne Brown to hit and roll out on her last one for her blank. Trying to keep it straight. Again, Megan Yamamoto giving Kirsten Fox the hand signal, keep sweeping. And it just swings back into the house to bite the back of the 12-foot. Should make it fairly easy for Corinne Brown to hit and roll out and achieve her blank in the first end. Corinne Brown just settles into the hack, trying to hit and roll out for the blank the first end. Might have been a little tight. They jumped on it right away. And flashes it. So a steal of 1 in the first end for Team Ryan. Not what we'd expect out of Corinne, but it is the first end. Lots of game left. 1-0 for the Team Ryan. Good start to the game. Both teams having a little meeting down at the far end. So we may see Team Brown start to make a move a little bit earlier than she maybe expected after that missed shot. I'm sure Team Ryan will just put this one on top of the button. And see how Team Brown approaches it, whether they want to hit or whether they want to throw up a corner guard. Kirsten Fox delivering the first stone of the second end. Sweeper is just keeping it clean on and off. Weight looks very, very close. We'll bring this right into the top of the 4-foot. And that'll be interesting to see whether Corinne hits it or whether she wants to mix things up after that miss in the first end. Right on the button. calling for a corner guard from Samantha Fisher. So we may see a few more rocks in play, a little more aggression this end, try to heat things up early. Put some pressure on Team Ryan. Team Ryan calling another one into the house. Onto the top of the 4. Be interesting whether Corinne Brown throws another corner guard or whether she just hits and moves on to top house. So Corinne Brown has elected to hit it. Hitting the roll. She's trying to roll behind that corner guard. It exposes the one on the button. Kristen will try to hit that red one. And remember, you can log on and get your daily 50/50 ticket at curlbc.ca/daily 50/50/. Going into tonight's game, the pot was already at 28.10, and I just helped it with another $50. It's now up to 31.40. This pot will be the biggest of the week, so make sure you build that pot and support curling it around the greater Victoria area. That's curlbc.ca/daily 50/50/. Megan Yamamoto has to clear that red guard, corner guard, so Corinne Brown can't get anything going. We'll just try to peel this right out, leave the one blue stone on the back of the button. Corinne Brown now calling for a corner guard on the other side of the sheet. Again, just trying to change things around a little bit, maybe get a nose hit. Then she can hit the one on the back of the button and try to roll in behind that guard. So Jennifer Armstrong's second shot of the second end called for a corner guard. Which I'm sure Kristen will just peel off. Shannon Jonice's first shot of the second end. Kristen Ryan asking her to just peel it. Straight peel, no guards out. He has the one on the back of the button. I'm sure at some point you'll see Corinne Brown try to freeze to that one on the back of the button. Straight peel, good shot by Shannon Jonice. Again, the Ryan team beat the local Reese Hansen team 8-7 last night in a tiebreaker. And this afternoon beat another local team, Bowls, 8-4 in the 3 versus 4 game. Now Corinne just asking for to remove the stone. Looks like we might just have a simple second end now with a blank. They'd like to stick around here, I think. Shot changes it up just a little bit. Makes Kristen go to a different spot of the ice. Kind of Jonice's second shot of the second end. Straight hit. They would like to hit and roll back to the center line area. Just makes the hit and roll out to blank the end a little tougher. Makes it roll across 6 feet of house rather than having it on the edge. Nose hit. Aaron Pincott just asked to remove the stone. Maybe roll a little farther out, change the position. Nose hit. Could be another up and down end with a blank. Corinne Brown had a little struggle in the first end, maybe being a little tight on her second shot, and actually missed the Ryan team's stone at the back of the house, allowing the Ryan team to steal one in the first end and go up 1-0. Again, two very veteran teams with veteran coaches. Diane Desura coaches the Kristen Ryan team, Diane being an Olympian. Jim Cotter coaches the Brown team. Jim, a veteran BC champion many times, going to the Brier to represent our province. Now concentrating on mixed doubles with his daughter, Jaylyn. So Kristen trying to just hit right on the nose, possibly roll a little bit to the center line, just change the position. And now Corinne Brown will settle in for her first shot of the second end. I know, not really happy with herself after the miss on the first end, but there is lots of game, and as we say, both these skips are very seasoned. She'll park that and move on to her next shot. Corinne Brown releases. Sweepers say the weight's good, just cleaning. A little nicer throw. Just cleaning, just keeping it straight. Little roll to the outside. So hit and rolled out. Corinne just not quite sharp yet. Early in the game, lots of game to go. Gotta pop that out a little bit. The ice may be fooling the teams a little bit. It'll take a couple ends to get used to it and feel comfortable with how much it's curling. Quite a few people in here tonight, so it's going to change the air temperature a little bit. It could be a little bit different than what they've experienced during the week. The rocks may be straightening out a little bit. They were textured again on Thursday evening. Teams were let know that the ice technicians were going to texture them so that they would settle in nicely for the finals and the semifinals on the weekend. Kristen trying to just draw to the top of the 4-foot on the center line. Force Corinne to hit and roll out to achieve her blank for the second end.
Or you go on. Yeah, that's how you can actually see the frost a little bit. A little sharp. Yeah, yeah.
That, but buried in behind the center guards. Kristen Ryan had a little bit of an aggressive call here for the second lead stone. She could see about half of that red stone, but it chooses to ignore it and go around to the top of the button in behind it. So we should see a little more interesting end than what we've seen so far this game. Sweeper's working it hard. The line looks good, but a little bit tight or light again, but she should end up with a nice corner here. It'll bounce off the red. Corinne Brown indicating a little raised tap for Jennifer Armstrong's first shot of the end. Again, Team Brown has been playing a lot on the Cashville circuit this year. They're currently ranked number 7 in the country on the Canadian team ranking system, and may still have the opportunity to get to the Scotties in a wild card position. And some technical difficulties with the home end camera, so unfortunately we are showing you the away end right now while we deal with the issues with our home end camera. It'll be back up in a couple seconds. Megan Yamamoto hitting the center guards that were lined up, and sure enough, it did come back into the button area and change things around a little bit. So Corinne Brown calling for just a light hit on the blue with a roll in behind that. So Jen Armstrong's second shot of the end here. Calling for a nice little through the house weight. Didn't quite curl up enough for her though. It leaves Tristan Ryan's a double opportunity on the red stones by Megan Yamamoto. Just over curled a little bit on Megan, so she didn't quite get both reds out and left her blue high up in the house, giving Corinne Brown an opportunity to hit and roll in behind those guards again. First shot for Aaron Pincott here in the fourth end. Sweeper's working this one hard. Seems to be curling early. He's by the guard, but she's not going to get much of the blue one. Did roll just enough of it to get it out of the house and rolled nicely in front of hers. It is in the 4-foot. Mostly exposed though. So Tristan Ryan calling the double. First shot for Shannon Jonice here in the fourth end. Trying to make the double. Ooh, a little bit tight, racked on the guard. This will give the opportunity for Corinne Brown to put a red guard in front of her red stones that are in the house and start to put some pressure on Tristan Ryan as the end's coming closer to the completion. We're down to thirds last stones now, so only 3 stones per team to come this end. Aaron Pincott's second stone of the fourth end. Sweepers are working it. They switched. Again, sweeping becomes such an important part. Okay, welcome back. I think we've got our technical difficulties. We're still having some issues with our home camera, but now Corinne Brown's first shot of the fourth end, hoping to replace that center guard in front of her two that are in the house. She may even be laying 3. We don't have an overhead, but the one on the top of the 12-foot on the left-hand side may be biting the house, but probably won't come into play. Corinne Brown trying to throw a guard. She was a little heavy on both her shots in the last end. Her first couple draws. On her second one, she was heavy, but she was able to come up against her first stone of the end and score her 2 points. This one's perfectly placed guard, which should put some heat on Kristen Ryan. You may see Kristen just come and freeze to that one in the 4-foot and try to still achieve a skip's deuce in the fourth end and get her 2 points back. Line looks great. She's got the weight to get there. She does look a little light. The sweeper is really working hard on this one. Great brushing by the ladies. What a great shot. Sweepers definitely made that one. They worked hard on that. Great line, great shot. Sitting one. Tough for Corinne Brown to do anything with that one other than corner freeze and try to shrink the scoring area. I think if she can get a corner on this one, it would be difficult to get to the edge of the button to score her 2. So basically on this shot, Corinne Brown is just trying to cut the scoring area down and make it difficult for Kristen Ryan to get any more than 1. Again, being an even end, the fourth end, that's quite pivotal in a 10-end game. You want to control those even ends. So if Corinne can shrink the scoring area and make it impossible for Kristen to come down and get her 2 points, it would be a big accomplishment for her in this fourth end. Line looks good. Sweepers haven't really touched it much, but looks close. It's got some finishing to do here. Staying out there. And a little heavy again. So that'll leave an open draw for Kristen Ryan to score 2 in the fourth end. Looking over at the men's game here, looks like Team Richards in a heap of trouble in the fourth end. We're down to the final 3 stones of the end, with the Blues laying 3 in the house, and Team Richard trying to run back one of their red stones onto the couple in the house to remove them. Open draw here now for Kristen Ryan. He does need a piece of the button almost to get her second point. Sweepers are looking at it. They like the weight. Just got to curl a little bit. Looks possibly a little heavy. Coming in nice now, though. She made a beautiful shot on her first. And this one just slid a little bit too far. Right over the button. Great line. 6 to 8 inches, too much weight. So we have a 2-2 game after 4 ends in the BC Scotties Women's Championship.
I think so, but I don't know.
6 ends to go. One of these teams will be finished tonight with a bronze medal. And the next one, the winner will move on to tomorrow morning's final at 9 a.m. against Team Grandy. Again, the arena, the fans are still coming in, filling up nicely. Great crowd this evening. As we get ready for our 5th end of play. Checking in on the men's game, Team Richard seemed to have made that run back. They only removed one of the blue stones. So Team Montgomery trying to close up the path into the house, laying 2 and hopefully 2 buried after this guard. Of course, Team Richard did have to draw to the edge of the 4-foot to take the 2 points away from Team Montgomery. So Kirsten Fox being asked by Kristen Ryan to throw up a center guard tight to the house on her first stone in the 5th end of play. Great shot by Kirsten Fox on that one, freezing down to the one that Samantha Fisher was just about a foot heavy on. So now Samantha Fisher being asked to freeze down to the one that was just thrown, possibly just tap them a little bit, rattle them around a little, change the angles. We had some athletes out in chairs this afternoon giving us a wheelchair demonstration this afternoon, and they came up and were watching, and they're just on their way out the door. So thanks for coming, folks. Glad you enjoyed your experience on the ice. Look for them in Vancouver because they're coming your way. Megan Yamamoto, again, trying to just freeze one down on Samantha Fisher's stone that she froze into the 4-foot. So To add a fourth one into that button area. At some point, we're sure to see something smashed in there hard. There is a center guard, so I'm sure that'll be going back into that area at some point with some weight. Another great freeze. So now we have 4 in the 4-foot, and Corinne Brown has indicated she wouldn't mind a 5th right on top of that pile. So Jen Armstrong just asking for a hair less ice, and she'll try to freeze another one down in that pile, possibly give it a little bit of a tap, try to create some angles that'll be in their favor. Line looks good. Sweepers are liking the weight. They're just cleaning it on and off. Line looks great. Had some great draws already this 5th end. We've now seen 6 perfectly placed stones. Just a great example of curling tonight. And now Kristen Ryan has asked Megan Yamamoto to freeze another one in there. Well, it's going to get very crowded in the house, and I'm sure we're going to see something run back in soon. Sweepers just lightly cleaning it, starting to finish hard now. It's going to set a little bit more weight than she wanted. Didn't quite curl up, bounced off the red. You may see Corinne hit this. Calling Jen Armstrong down to have a look before she throws the stone. She can just see a sliver of the red one, so Corinne's indicating she'd like her to hit the red first and take that blue out. Can't quite see the angles on the stones in the house to see where it would be, where she would need to hit it and what's going to happen here. Again, now, with all those rocks in the 4-foot, Team Brown has called a timeout. They'll get the voice of experience to come out, their coach Jim Cotter, discuss the situation with them, see what he would do in this spot. But of course, they're throwing the stones. The final decision will be theirs, but Jim will definitely give them some advice. Team Ryan down at the home end here, meeting with their coach, Diane Dezura. They look loose, they're laughing, they're enjoying themselves. Again, 2 very experienced teams that have been in this situation many times. The decision has been made. Looks like they are going to throw a little bit of weight. Try to maybe hit what they can see of that red one. Welcome back, and our apologies again. We were having some internet issues here. Number of people in the building using the same internet we're trying to use. Seems to be crashing on us occasionally. Back online. Bring you up to date on that last shot. If you missed it, Jen Armstrong crashed on the center guard trying to hit what she could see of the red one. It was a very close shot, but she did tick the guard, and blue is team Kirsten Ryan. Kirsten Ryan has now taken a timeout to talk to their coach, Diane DeZura, because there are 6 or 7 stones in that 4-foot area. 6 stones in that 4-foot area, and the angles, I don't think favor the blue too well at this point. So they have to be careful what they do here. They may just bring another one into that area. Shannon Joni seems to be indicating. Kristen was indicating. Team meeting down. So Shannon Jonice trying to throw a center guard here.
Yeah, I'll get my steps up that way.
Nice and tight to the rings. Great shot by Shannon. Right where they called it. So Corinne Brown basically has the same look that she had before Jen Armstrong crashed on that guard. So I'm sure she'll call a very similar shot on the blue stone. Maybe a little bit less weight this time by the looks of things. Again, great shot by Aaron Pincott. Our apologies for the streaming issues that we are having this evening. We're having some internet issues in the arena. We have quite a crowd in here tonight, so they all may be on our same network, unfortunately. But we will try to keep you up to date and try to keep our live stream going. Great shot by Erin Pincott on her last one. She came off just off the inside of that blue, rattled over the red, and now puts a little pressure on Kristen Ryan. Looks like Kristen has asked Shannon just to come down and freeze into that pocket again in between the red stones, so that if they do happen to throw some heat at this, that blue should just stick around right where it is. Shannon Jonice delivering the stone. Being asked to just come down and freeze in between those, into the pocket between those two red stones. But a little light and over curls. And red is sitting just one at this point, and the blue at the back of the button is on an angle directly against another red, so it will be a little bit difficult to remove. He may become, I don't think they've looked much at it, but they may be able to come on the other turn and settle in against that blue, maybe tap the red back and start to create a chance for a multiple. They could get again. Again, Team Brown with the hammer here. Is in a pretty good situation, but they do need to move rattle that blue one around a little bit at the back of the button if they want to bring some of the other reds into play. And Pincock, second stone of the end. A little thinner than she wanted. This may give the opportunity for Team Ryan to come down and freeze into that pocket and be shot rock. Now going to the other side of the house, the other turn, but again, still trying to come into that 4-foot area. Brown having the hammer here. That's an awfully lonely blue stone in the back of the 4-foot with 4 reds surrounding it. Team Ryan has to be very careful here. Looks like she may just be trying to guard that side of the house area in the 4-foot, so Team Brown can't make a shot on that red onto blue, which would probably remove it and allow her to be sitting 4 on her next shot. Team Ryan just trying to close off this side of the house. Sweeper's working this one really hard. Again, seems to be a little bit lighter than that she wanted. Going to get a little bounce off, but may have opened up a little hole there. So Corinne Brown's first shot in the 5th end. Kristen Ryan, rather fortunate on that little tap of hitting the guard. She actually moved that guard over, as I think Corinne could have possibly thrown some really high hard heat on that one that's just on the edge of the 4-foot, that red, her own stone coming off the inside. She may have been able to bounce that one sideways and get that blue off the back of the button. But by ticking that guard, Kristen Ryan actually ticked it over to take that shot away from Corinne Brown. Pretty small port she's trying to negotiate here. I'm pretty sure we'll see some big weight so her sweepers can keep it straight. She's trying to hammer that red one and get that blue one off the back of the button. Probably going to lose a couple stones here, but that way she'll increases her chance to get a multiple score. Here it comes, fairly big weight. Again, a pretty small hole she's trying to get through. Oh, just ticked the one. Ticked one of the guards. She's almost through the hole, which is what she needed. But again, it was a very small hole that she was trying to negotiate. It does open the 4-foot area up, so it does bring some other options into play for Corinne. Again, Team Ryan needs to be very careful here on her last stone. That's an awfully lonely blue one back there with a lot of reds in the house. Looking to probably throw it 3 or 4 feet off the house. Just to close up that hole so Corinne can't run any of her reds into that blue stone. Again, an awfully lonely blue stone on the back of the button. Oh, Kristen Ryan settling into the hack. Last stone, 5th end. Yeah, it's going to try to close off that house area for Corinne Brown. It looks from our angle that red is probably sitting 1, but it is very close on the blue one. They're working hard on this one. You might have pulled the string. It's definitely over curling on her. Just over the hog line, but it over curled, didn't really accomplish too much. So Corinne may have a shot to get rid of that blue stone at the back of the button and score a multiple end here. Again, you can follow the scores live on our Curl BC live scoring website. Just go to curlbc.ca, go onto the live scoring, and keep up to date on all of the games. Last rock of the end. Big weight by Corinne Brown. Sweepers are on it right away. Working hard. Should be good. And a score of 3 for Corinne Brown in the 5th end. As we take the fifth end break, that's going to give you an opportunity to sign on and buy your daily 50/50 raffle ticket at curlbc.ca/daily 50/50 /. The pot is now over $3,700 and growing. We look to have the biggest pot of the week tonight, so make sure that you get your opportunity. Sign on, buy online, and support curling in the greater Victoria area. We have 310 people joining us tonight, and we appreciate you coming in and following our game. Again, sorry for the technical difficulties we've had through the first couple ends. We are having some internet issues in the arena, and we will do our best to keep us live. And as the ice techs go out to do their sweep of the ice on the fifth end break, we'll be back to join you in the sixth end.
Sure, in the Scotties, he's pebbling the ice.
Oh,
You did just name it to you, Brian.
last game we played exactly inside. Yeah, it's so do you want to go with the intern contract? Like on the one side? Yeah. But I like this one that's in the BC like that. Yeah. Maybe on the ice.
Welcome back to the sixth end. That was a big end for Corinne Brown. A big shot on her last one to score 3. Kristen Ryan's last guard just over curled a little bit on her. And unfortunately cost her a big end. So now she's got her work cut out for her coming into the last half of the game. Calling Samantha Fisher. She'll play it very conservative here now. Go to the top of the 4-foot. Force Kristen Ryan to start to be a little bit more aggressive. 5-2 after 5 ends for Team Brown over Team Kristen Ryan. Right to the top of the button. We'll see some corner guards go up. And Kristen will try to, no need to panic, still 5 ends left, but I'm sure that she's going to really hope she gets at least two back here to keep the game tight. Kirsten Fox asks for a corner guard here. Weight looks good. Line looks good. You don't want to have it finish too hard. Good shot. Now Corinne Brown asking Samantha Fisher to guard the one that she threw into the 4-foot. She'll want to guard just off the center line, 2 to 3 feet off the rings. Keep it fairly tight, make it a little tougher to draw around and behind. The pot of the 50-50 is now just under 3,800, so make sure you log on to curlbc.ca/daily 50-50 / Let's get that pot over $4,000 tonight. All the proceeds from the 50-50 raffle go to sport curling in the greater Victoria area for both the Victoria Curling Club and the Esquimalt Curling Club, who are the co-hosts of this event. Really want to again thank the 175 plus volunteers that were able to make this championship happen. We couldn't make it happen without those volunteers. So thank you very, very much. Jenna Armstrong being asked to remove the blue stone off the top of the 4, roll out to the outside. I'm sure being down 3 points, you may see Kristen Ryan wrap it around either behind her blue one or to the top of the 4 behind the red long center guard. That guard is almost out by the hog line, so definitely with the way the ice finishes here, even if you do have a perfectly buried stone, it may be removed. The ice has been fantastic all week long. Mike Merklinger and Cody Hall have the ice working perfectly. There's been some great shot making. Megan Yamamoto trying to come into the top of the 4. Overcurled just a little bit and poked out the other side, giving Corinne Brown an opportunity to hit and roll one in behind that center guard. I'm sure she'll just play a nice control weight here, give it to the sweepers. Jen Armstrong's second shot. Just a nice control weight. Sweepers are ready. Indicating it might be a little quieter than what they're looking for. Starting to curl hard. Just a hit and rolled a little bit too far, but removing the blue stone out of play. You may see Kristen hit this one. It wouldn't be pretty tough to freeze into that pocket, so she's just going to try to hit and roll in behind the long center guard again. Again, the guard is almost out by the hog line, so not really too effective as a guard on the center line. But again, they'll have to throw a little more quieter weight to get to it. Very nice controlled weight here by Megan, trying to control the roll. She didn't quite get it to the center. So give Corinne Brown's team a chance to hit and roll in behind that center guard. And she should end up a little higher than the one that is on the tee line, biting the 8-foot, 12-foot. So there will be no opportunity for a double there. Erin Pincott's first rock of the 6th end. Trying to keep it straight. Starting to go hard on him. And rolls a little bit too far again. Back and forth across. No one able to achieve the perfect roll in behind the guard. This may give Kristen the chance to hit and roll in behind her own blue one and be shot in the 8-foot. Again, the only other red stone in the house is biting a little bit on the 12. Oh, now she's elected to go around that long center and possibly go to the top of the button, creating the jam on the back red one. Trying again to score a multiple here, being down 3 points, playing 6. Shannon Jonice's first shot of the end. Little tight to the guard here, so I think she's going to poke out. She may just come down and freeze right to that one on the other side that had poked out. Little heavy, going to bounce off. She is behind that red center guard, but again, that guard is almost out by the hog line, so not that effective as a guard when the ice is finishing so well. Corinne Brown looking like she's calling about a bumper weight here for Erin Pincott on her last rock of the 6th end. Line looks good. Sweepers like it. Starting to curl here. Sweepers like it. They're going to carve it now. Need to carve it a little bit. Get it over. Try to get it behind that center. Again, Kristen Ryan very quick to put the broom down. Call the same shot for Shannon Jonice. Again, corner freeze. If she can corner freeze on the button behind the red long guard, be a pretty good opportunity to possibly score more than one this end. Again, checking in on the men's semifinal. We have a 4-3 game playing 6 for Team Montgomery, a local Victoria team. Great shot by Shannon Jonice. You'll see some pretty big weight here by Corinne and just try to get a piece of it. Try to shoot that blue one sideways, either pick it off clean or pick it off the back red one. She will lose a couple red stones here. But again, the objective is to try to keep Kristen Ryan to 1 point this end. Again, a big 3-ender for Team Brown in the 5th end, which kind of took control of the game for them, forcing Kristen Ryan to a little bit of pressure to try to get at least a deuce back here and get herself back in the game. Corinne is just trying to hit this one right on the nose, so she sits right in front, gets rid of that, releases that back red one. She may not be shot, but she's definitely shrunk the scoring area down for Kristen. You're very close to see which one is shot there. But again, a very, very small scoring area now here in the 6th end. Looks like red might be shot. Kristen's going to have to deal with that stone somehow. Kristen and Shannon having quite a discussion here. That was a great shot by Corinne. Right on the nose, nice soft weight. Got a little inside roll, managed to get shot rock out of it. Now Kristen has to deal with trying to get 1 point here, not having Brown steal in the 5th end. We have a 5-2 lead now by Team Brown playing the 6th end. Down to skip stones. Kristen Ryan still looking at that, doing something with the red, but again, electing now just to come into the button area, possibly rub that red sideways an inch and bring her other blue back into play. Kristen settling into the hack and delivering the stone now. Again, trying to just touch that red sideways a little bit or freeze down to it, creating a possibility to remove that shot stone on her final one and score more than 1 point. Pretty tight scoring area. Line looks great for the little rub. Great shot. Blue is sitting 2, I believe. Oh, Aaron Pincott still indicating that red is second stone. Discussing just freezing down into that pocket between the red and the blue would make it almost impossible for her to get more than one. There is still a little bit of an opportunity off the one that's biting the 12-foot, the red stone. With a high hard one, you could come down and still come off of that and go sideways into that button area and possibly score more than one. Again, you can't defend everything. Looks like Corinne Brown is called a bumper weight on the Blues in the 4-foot area, in that button area, to try to sit 2. If she can remove those Blues, she'd be pretty tough for Kristen Ryan to get in there and score anything. Blue shot rock right now, red second, trying to carve this one over. They're working it hard. Ken Armstrong really trying to get it to curl. Needs to come up a bit more. Great shot. So Kristen Ryan looks like she's going to have to draw for one. feel that they may be able, if they just skinny that red guard, that they may still be able to rub that red sideways and achieve her 2 points. Definitely you want to get to the button area and make sure you get one for sure. So big shot coming up here for Kristen Ryan. Very, very small scoring area. She is going to try to come down and over curl the button and just tap that red one sideways and bring that one behind it, that blue stone, back into play and get her 2 points. So we're 12 minutes away from the 50-50 draw. Make sure you go online, Pearl BC /50-50 daily 50-50 / we're 38.40 right now. Let's get that pot over $4,000. 12 minutes of draw time. We are over 4,000. Let's hit 4,500. We got 11 minutes to go. Keep that pot rising. Oh, great try by Kristen Ryan. Just a little bit heavy. Did tap the red, but not quite enough of it. Looks like a steal of 1. So now a 6-2 lead for Team Brown after 6 ends. Team Ryan will really have her work cut out for her in the last 4 ends.
Yeah, she did get over.
Team Brown will play this very conservative. The first shot will probably go top 4. Kristen will throw a couple corner guards and try to get something going. She needs to get a deuce here in the 7th end and try to keep this game within reach. The winner of this, again, will play at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning on Czech TV live against Team Grandy. Team Grandy now 7-0 in the round robin and defeating Team Brown this morning in the 1-2 game. Corinne Brown calling Samantha Fisher to put it on the top of the 4-foot, just above the button on the center line. Would be just exactly where she wants to put it. I'm sure that Kristen Ryan will be asking for a corner guard, possibly 2 corner guards, ignoring Corinne at the start of the end and trying to get at least 1 or 2 blue stones, regardless of how many reds are in there. She needs to score this end, and she needs more than 1. Perfect weight by Samantha Fisher, right above the button. Didn't quite get to the center line, but extremely close. Broom goes down quickly for the corner guard by Kirsten Fox.
That makes sense.
This one might slide into the house. Just short of the rings. She would have liked it a few feet further out, but again, at least it's not in the ring, so Corinne Brown cannot hit it. She'll call this one just into the 12-foot, maybe just in front of the rings, guarding her own red stone. Another nice shot by Sam Fisher. She's really been setting every end up for Corinne Brown. She's been having a great game. Now Kristen Ryan asking Kirsten Fox to freeze to that one in the 4-foot. Try to get something going. It'll be pretty tough to freeze it square, so I'm sure that Brown will just throw some big weight at it, try to clear them both off of there, but Kristen doesn't have much choice. She needs to get things moved around, get things in position for later in the end. Definitely needs to try to get to this end and claw back into the game. Good shot by Kirsten Fox. Corinne Brown just asking Jen Armstrong to come down and freeze on top of that one, trying to create some angles which will be favorable for her. She can freeze it square on top of there. She can hit it later, and both of those stones behind it would vacate the house. A little more weight than they were looking for. With that little extra weight, it stays straight. She whisked everything. You may see Kristen Ryan try to tap that one up or maybe go way around it. She's just going to tap that blue up and let Corinne Brown deal with that blue and red stone that are frozen with each other in the 4-foot area just off the center line. Again, being down 6-2, Kristen doesn't have much choice, but she needs to get aggressive here and try to score her deuce this end. $50-50 now at 42-40. You still have 5 minutes to buy tickets. The draw will be at 9 o'clock. 42-40 on the 50-50. curlbc.ca/daily 50-50 /. Let's get that pot to 4,500. Everybody sign on. Great shot by Jen Armstrong. Picks that blue one off, and then the other one inside the house. So now red has got control of the house again. Blue definitely in trouble here. Three reds lined up straight in a line. Pretty tough to remove those. Kristen Ryan just asking Megan Yamamoto to come down with some nice weight, get that one red one out of the way. Red still sitting 3, playing the 6th, 7th end here. Corinne Brown asking your players what they'd like to see in this situation, trying to bring the team's opinion into it. Doesn't mind the situation that she's got with her two reds at the top of on the center line. Discussing possibly refreezing another one square on that, keeping everything in line. And that's what their final decision was, that they will bring another one into play. Just trying to line everything in a straight line, putting the pressure on Kristen Ryan to start hitting hard here. But being down 6-2, she needs rocks in play. She doesn't really want to be throwing these big late hits. Good shot, over curling a little bit, but still a great shot. Kristen indicating she'd like to freeze to that red, possibly tap it a little bit. Unfortunately, if you tap it, you're going to roll off, allowing Corinne Brown to remove that stone. Almost has to come down and just freeze one in there now and let Brown deal with it. Brown may just end up guarding that situation, though. Happy to be sitting 2, sitting 3, 2 in the 4-foot area, and another counter on the tee line over, almost biting the 12-foot. First shot for Shannon Jonice in the 7th end. Sweepers like the weight. They've just been on and off. Looks like she might rattle it around a little bit that they were talking about. Again, the unfortunate part is you're going to roll off of there. Did not move that red stone far enough back. Blew his second shot for the moment. But Corinne Brown indicating that a nose hit, a little roll to the inside. Even if she loses that red, if she happens to click it on the way by, it'll probably just go into that other blue. And both the blues may be removed, and she'll get the roll into the 4-foot area. Sweepers indicating the weight might be a little more than they were asking for. She's staying on the outside. And she did stay on the outside. Luckily gets it out of the house. Did remove her third shot stone on the outside. So now Kristen Ryan has an opportunity to come back and move that stone straight back, maybe on a slight angle to the back of the button, and then force Corinne Brown to possibly hit it and jam, creating her opportunity for 2 again. Red sitting first and second shot. Blue third and fourth shot in this end. Shannon Jonice, second shot of the end. It's curling on her. They got to go hard on it to save this one. Oh, great sweeping by Megan Yamamoto. Just paired that front guard and got a great roll on the staggered, in behind the staggered guards that are just off the house. Corinne Brown will just try to come down and corner freeze on that and cut the scoring area down to the button to make the shot extremely tough. So Corinne Brown's first shot of the 7th end. Gonna hit that one out in the 12-foot to make sure that Kristen Ryan can't score more than 2 this end. She's quite comfortable giving her 2 points. Popped it out a little bit, take it off the back one, and rolled out. Corinne Brown playing the scoreboard on that shot. I thought she might come down and just shrink the scoring area by corner freezing on that blue stone that's in the 4-foot that Shannon Jonice just made the great shot to get there.
Yes.
But Corinne Brown quite comfortable with a 6-2 lead. Happy to give Ryan 2 points back if she has to, but maintain the hammer in the 8th end. Shannon Jonice changing her shot. Now they're going to go back for discussion. Seeing who's fourth stone here. Shannon indicating that possibly hitting that red and rolling in behind. Maybe bringing a multiple into the play.
Always will have that shot.
Now calling the whole team down. Kristen Fox going down to have a look at the situation. From our angle, it looks like blue is first and fourth, and the red at the back of the house is out counting the blue at the top of the house. And if that is the situation, this is the call, is just to come around and wrap it into the 4-foot if they can, try to keep it ahead of the tee line, get two blues buried with Corinne Brown, only one shot to come in the 7th end. She still has the opportunity to possibly score 3 points yet. So Shannon Jonice holding the broom just outside the ring, so they're looking for 5.5 feet of finish here, way out on the wings. Sweepers like it, they're just cleaning it lightly. Kristen Fox trying to keep it straight a little bit. It's got some finishing to do. It looks to me a little heavy. It looks like it might slide right through the rings. Great line, but slid to the back of the 8-foot, but sitting 1-2, playing 7, down 6-2. So she needs to get at least a deuce here to get herself back into this game. Corinne Brown now electing to do the corner freeze that I thought she might possibly do on her last shot. She played the safety shot, hit the blue one that was out in the 12-foot to ensure that they didn't get more than 2 this end. But now Kristen Ryan, great shot, Kristen, to the back of the 8, buried, sitting 2 blue. Pressure here on Brown. She needs to come up with a nice corner freeze on that one in the top of the 4-foot to shrink that scoring area on Kristen's last shot and take that one at the back of the 8-foot that she just threw out of play. Sweepers haven't touched it. They're indicating it might be a little bit coming in hard now. Great shot by Corinne Brown. Take that one at the back. Force Kristen Ryan to draw for 2. Same line that she just threw, but she needs to hit the tee line this time and get a piece of the 4-foot in order to get her 2 and get herself back into this game a little bit. Back to a 6-4 after 7 ends, 3 ends of play. Corinne Brown will have the hammer in the 8th end. But Kristen, by scoring 2 here, does give her a chance to get back into this game. Checking in on the men's game here, playing the 8th end. Team Montgomery up 6-4, playing Team Richard. Could be an all-Victoria final in the men's tomorrow. We expect to see a full arena if that happens. Kristen Ryan needs a piece of the 4-foot here. Going hard to keep it by these guards. It's close. Oh, just by the guards. Great sweeping. But it may have slid too far. Looking at these two between the blue and the red, did she get her deuce? They had to go hard for the line. Just got by the guard, but it may have slid a little bit too far. We'll have to wait till they put up the score on that one. Being the way end, we don't have the advantage of being able to see it. We'll wait for the official to change the scoreboard so we can update you on the score. Oh. Looks like a deuce for Kristen Ryan, so she did get that draw. Gets herself back into the game, 6-4 after 7. 3 ends to go. Team Brown with the hammer in the 8th end. Pivotal end coming up here. Kristen Ryan broomed down. I'm sure she'll call a center guard. They've got to be happy with that draw. They had to go so hard on it to get it by the guard, but she slid to the back of the house and was able to achieve her deuce. Kristen Ryan calling Kirsten Fox to throw center guard, a couple feet off the house on the tee or on the center line. You want to keep things fairly tight to the rings. Again, playing the no tick rule, that can't be moved until the 6th stone of the end. No hesitation by Corinne Brown with the hammer. She's going to get something to the top of the 4 and try to squeeze down the scoring area. Ensure that she scores in this pivotal even 8th end. 3 ends to come in this BC Women's Scotties semifinal. Again, the final tomorrow morning. The winner of this game against Team Grande, who hasn't lost a game all week. Been playing very, very well. Probably the favorite coming into this championship. Last year's champion, the defending champion, is into the final. The winner of this game plays that team. Great shot by Sam Fisher. She's had a really good game, really set Corinne up every end. Having a great game. Kirsten Fox also curling well tonight. Asked to follow her down, freeze on top. Possibly over curl a little bit. Not a bad shot though, right into the top of the 12. And Brown quick to go to the top of the house, indicate a corner freeze on that blue stone just thrown by Kirsten Fox. First shot for Jen Armstrong. Second shot for Sam Fisher. Sorry, this end. Corinne Brown has the hammer, trying to generate a score for sure. A multiple would put her in the driver's seat for the last 2 ends. Line looks great. Maybe a little heavy. A little bit heavy. Being down 2 and needing to steal, Kristen Ryan first indicated a center guard, but then now has decided to come down and freeze to those, which is probably a better call in my opinion. With Brown having the hammer, you don't want to start guarding too many of hers in the house. If she scores 1 or 2 here, it would definitely put her into the driver's seat playing the last couple ends. Line looks great for Megan Yamamoto. Sweepers are liking it. Yes, nursing it down to the face of that red stone. Great shot. Now the 6th stone of the end. Corinne Brown is allowed to move that one off the tee line or off the center line. So she's just going to peel it, try to keep things clean, open up the house area. try to ensure that she does score this end. She is sitting first and second right now in the house. Good peel by Jen Armstrong. Kristen needs to get something going, so she'll have to replace that center guard. Hope that she can make a play on those two reds in the house later in the end. Possibly steal. Definitely try to hold Corinne Brown to one point. Try to keep herself into the game. If she can score 2 in the 9, then she would only be down 1 coming home. Great shots by Megan Yamamoto. She's been playing very well again tonight, too. Again, just calling for a straight peel. Jen Armstrong, second shot of the 8th end. Trying to keep this one straight. Ran it into that blue that was in the house, eliminating the red that's behind it. Kristen changes the angles around. If Kristen Wyan can throw another corner on her blue, might give her a pretty good opportunity to possibly steal this end, or at least keep Brown to 1 point for sure. Jen Armstrong's shot also rolled just off the house by the Scotties emblem, which eliminates that draw to the button on that side of the rings, and also opens up the possibility of tapping that stone to the button. Great shot by Shannon Jonice. Perfectly placed center guard. Again, Corinne Brown will just keep peeling these, trying to keep things open. Wanting to ensure she scores this end. 1 would be good enough. 2 would be better for her. But she really wants to score and maintain control of the even ends. And there, Pincott just for a straight peel. And rolls almost to the boards. Kristen Ryan, no hesitation on Shannon's second shot. Shannon Jonice's last shot of the 8th end here, asking again for the center guard. About halfway to the house would be perfect. A little tighter by Kristen's indication. Another great shot by Shannon Jonice, well-placed guard. It may have left Corinne Brown and out here. If she can get to the just early off the nose, she may be able to double those blues out of there. Red is still sitting shot rock in the 8th end with a 6-4 lead and the hammer. Calling Aaron Pincock down for her opinion. Looks like she is going to try to play the double here. Be just slightly off nose, close to it. Basically hit what she can see with some big weight. And both of those blues should go without eliminating any of the reds. Her shooter should stick around. It may open up the one that's just on top of the button. But the key here is to remove the 2 blue ones. Sweeping it hard. Got 1 of them out of there. Rolled out of the house. They could have got it a little tighter to the guard, but wanted to make sure that she didn't click on that guard and miss everything. So she did eliminate a blue. Red is still shot. Shannon Jonice indicating the weight just to the back of the four. They'd just like to pass this one almost straight back, maybe slightly early, so that it creates a catcher at the back of the forefoot for Kristen Ryan. Ryan only 6.5 minutes left with 2 ends after here, so time may become an issue for Team Ryan. Team Brown with over 10 minutes left, so 4 minutes difference between the two teams. This one's going early on her. They're going to have to work this hard to get it by the guard. A little bit less weight than she was looking for, I think. Corinne just still, again, playing the scoreboard with a 6-4 lead. Just looking to tap this blue stone out of the rings and roll back towards hers that's on the center line. Maybe bump it over just a hair. Again, 6-4 lead for Corinne Brown. Her last shot, her first shot of the 7th end with the hammer, trying to make sure that she scores at least 1 point, keeps control of the even ends, set up the final 2 ends with even a 3-point lead. Hammer control in the even ends is a pretty good situation. Nice control weight here. Got enough of it, just punched hers over, removes the blue stone. Kristen Ryan settles into the hack for her final stone of the 8th end. Team Brown leading 6-4. Pivotal shot here. Shannon Jonice just calling for her to hit that red out and roll in front of the other red, making it a little tougher for Corinne and trying to limit her to a maximum of 1 point in the 8th end. Trying to keep it straight. Looks like red is still shot rock. Blue partially buried behind one of their corners, but the way the ice has been working this week, any shot can be made out here. Mike Merklinger and Cody Hall have produced just a fantastic surface for these athletes. They're so appreciative. The shots have been fantastic. So Corinne Brown, a chance to score 2 and really put a stranglehold with only 2 ends to go. If she's up 4 with the hammer and the even ends, Kristen Ryan will have her work cut out for her. Like just a control weight with the ice that she's calling. Slight pop. And keep it straight. Looks good. The sweepers are liking it, carving it a bit. Nice control weight. Put 2 on the board for Team Brown and an 8-core lead after 8 ends. Kristen Ryan is definitely going to have her work cut out for her to try to catch up, score 4 and 2 ends against Team Brown. Shaping up for another showdown with Team Grandy in the final. Repeat of last year's final. Grandy again 7-0 in the round robin and defeating Brown this morning 8-3 in the 1 versus 2 game. Shaping up for another showdown between Team Brown and Team Grandy tomorrow morning live on Czech TV at 9 a.m. cbcsports.ca. Team Ryan meeting with their coach Diane Desura, former Olympian, trying to get hints on how they should play these last 2 ends. Basically, they got to keep everything in play, try to mess things up, and hope for a big end here in the 9th. Checking in over on the men's game on sheet B, Team Montgomery, the local Victoria team, up 7-4 on Team Richard from Kelowna. Looks like it's shaping up for an all Victoria final tomorrow afternoon, 2 p.m. Let's fill that arena and cheer on those 2 local Victoria teams in the final tomorrow afternoon at the Archie Browning Arena, 2 p.m. Again, Sam Fisher has to go on the center line, just above the 4-foot. She's had a great game, put it exactly where Corinne Brown wants it. Kristen Ryan calling Kirsten Fox for a corner guard, also having a great game. Both leads setting up their teams well each end. The Team Brown with an 8-4 lead playing the 9th end. Like Team Brown is indicating a little kick on that corner guard. Trying to possibly just tap it into the ring so they can hit it on their next shot. Eliminate the guard. Oh, and just through the ring, still in the free guard zone. Great shot. Nice shot by Sam Fisher. She's had a great game tonight. Kristen Ryan asking Kirsten Fox to replace that corner guard. What a great shot. She just tapped that one just through the house. If it would have gone past the back line or hit the boards, that would have had to be replaced, that corner guard. Now Corinne Brown indicating that she just wants to clear that red out of there, so that when she does start peeling the blues, it doesn't have any opportunity for that blue to be driven into a rock. Again, Armstrong's first shot of the 9th end. Just eliminating that red stone again, just so when she does start clearing those blue guards, that there isn't any possibility of driving a blue stone back onto that corner and possibly having bad things happen. Working hard there. Nicely played. Gets rid of both of those reds, her shooter and the guard. being asked to remove a blue stone. Very, very simple end going on here. No guards out front. Kristen Ryan in tough to try to generate more than 1 or 2 points this end with only 4 stones to come. Shannon Jonice's first shot in the 9th end, being asked to come around that red stone in the top 12. Sweepers are liking the weight. Megan Yamamoto trying to carve it around. Kirsten Fox just finishing it. Great shot. Jordan Brown, I can't see chasing that. I think she would hit the open one. Playing the scoreboard, I would think that she's going to hit the open. Yeah, there she goes. Smart play, I think. Just an 8-4 lead. Ensure you can give the blue team 2 points this end. 2 up, coming home with the hammer, playing 10. You're in pretty good situation. Aaron Pencott asked just to peel that blue one out of there. Sure she'll want to lose her shooter. Oh, just rolled it in the edge of the 4-foot. Does give Kristen Ryan a chance to come down and freeze to that one. I'm quite surprised that she wanted that one to stick around. She just didn't peel, hit and roll out, eliminating any chance of freezes that may cost you later on in this end. Sweepers haven't touched this. They're indicating it might be a hair heavy. It seems to be out there and tracking. Going hard now, but just finishing quite a bit of weight there. Almost hack weight on that shot. Just a little bit of an adrenaline rush late in the game by Shannon Jonice. Brown, she can see about a third of that stone from the hack, a little bit more, maybe a half of the stone. She'll throw some big weight at this one, just get a piece of it. Doesn't care about saving her shooter. Shannon Jonice tapped that one actually sideways, so now that red stone is at the back of the 4-foot, buried behind one that's just at the top of the 4-foot. Going to be in tough. Kristen Ryan will be in tough, trying to score more than one in this end. Sweepers are liking it, just holding it straight. Gets what she can see. Two rocks to come here in the 9th end. Somehow Kristen Ryan needs to create a skips deuce and claw herself back into this game. Try to give herself an opportunity to have a chance in the 10th end. Down 2 coming home. Still is a long road, but at least it'll give her a chance. She's in tough here. She needs a perfect freeze on that one at the back of the button, and then needs a mistake from Corinne Brown on her last shot. Kristen Ryan, line looks great. Sweepers are liking the weight. Just to freeze that slight bump. Well, Corinne Brown just wants to come down here and hammer it. You're going to see some big weight. All she needs is a quarter of the stone hard, and that blue should be eliminated. But force Kristen Ryan to draw for her 1 to give Brown a 3-point lead coming home with the hammer. Rock on its way. Sweeper's just trying to hold it straight. Just enough of it. Kristen just unfortunately tapped that one about 2 inches rather than a dead freeze, which gave Corinne a chance to do exactly what she just did. Now, Kristen Ryan, 9th end, last stone, drawing against 2 reds, needs a piece of the forefoot to ensure 1 point, and then she'll have to steal 3 in the last end to have any hope of an extra end and continuing on. Again, the winner of this game going on to play Team Grandy tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. And the second place team in this game will have the bronze medal in the 2024 BC Scotties Women's Championship. Rock on the way. Sweeper's just lightly cleaning it. Nursing it, still needs to curl a little bit to get by that one in the top of the 12, just. And into the forefoot for her 1. Well, after 9 ends, Team Brown with a 3-point lead coming home with the hammer. Checking in on the men's game that's still live on Czech TV. Team Montgomery has Team Richard in trouble again with a 7-4 lead playing the 9th end. It's looking like it's an all-Victoria final with last year's champion, and on the men's side playing a local team, Team Montgomery, at 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, and then at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning on Czech TV. It's shaping up to be a repeat of last year's final between Team Brown and Team Grandy. Team Grandy, again, undefeated all week, having beat Team Brown twice this week, but a third opportunity coming up tomorrow morning by the looks of things. So Team Ryan will try to mess this end up and try to steal 3 points. Team Brown will just be hammering everything they can to ensure that they keep it clean with the hammer. 3 points up. Should be a fairly routine end, but again, it's curling. Anything can happen. So, called a long guard on Kirsten Fox's first one. The next one he'll probably put on the center line, a little bit closer to the house. Corinne Brown asking for Sam Fisher to come around onto the center line, top forefoot, try to shrink the scoring area. She can't move that one off the center line until the 6th end of the 6th rock of the end. So she'll just try to put some red stones into the forefoot area and then start peeling on Jen Armstrong's first shot of the 10th end. Fox wanted to come on the center line a little closer to the house this time. Corinne Brown not wanting too many rocks in play. She has that forefoot, that button area. So now she'll just ask Sam Fisher to throw this one through, trying to keep things clean. 3-point lead with the hammer. Playing the 10th end. Kirsten Ryan now asking Megan Yamamoto to come around those two perfectly placed center guards into the top of the button. Corinne Brown won't even hesitate. She'll walk up to that top one, peel it. Next shot, she'll peel the one closer to the house. Megan Yamamoto, great shot. All she could ask for. Corner frozen behind those two long centers. Corinne Brown just asking Jen Armstrong which turn she's more comfortable with on this shot. And she'll just be playing a straight peel on that top one. She doesn't want the red one to stick around. Pick them off one at a time. Kirsten Ryan will probably come around again. Nope, she's going to replace the guard. At some point, probably on Shannon Jonice's second shot, she's going to need to come into the house, get a second stone in there. She definitely needs some misses by Team Brown to get out of this end and send it into an extra. Wow, what a shot over on sheet D by Jeff Richard. Just a great shot. And Armstrong asked to peel a guard. Thought she might get both of them. The rocks in the 4-foot fully exposed. Kristen Ryan with the rocks starting to count down in the 10th needs to come in directly into the house. Unfortunately, leaving them wide open for Corinne Brown just to start hitting the ones in the house, but it's too late in the end to try to put up any more guards. She needs to steal 3 points and needs those rocks in the house. This one's over curling a little bit. With the 3-point lead, I think Corinne will hit the one on the 4-foot and try to sit there. She'll lose her stone, of course, but again, with the 3-point lead and the hammer, she wants to keep things fairly simple, fairly clean. Now indicating Aaron Pincock to run that guard back and try to peel the top one out of the 12 that Shannon Jonice had just put there. Even a straight peel. She's still sitting Scott Rock. Great shot. Kristen Ryan now grasping at straws, asking for a corner. Shannon Jonice to come around the corner of the red. Again, into the 12-foot. Corinne Brown now is all about eliminating blue stones. They need 3 to tie. Need to steal 3 to tie. Only 2 blues to come. She'll eliminate the easiest one here. You see some pretty solid weight here, I think, by Aaron Pincott. discussing possibly just hitting that open one at the back. But I think with big weight, it may just come onto that back one and eliminate them both. So this could be a game-ending shot if she makes it well. Big weight. Definitely got one of them. Whoa, very close to ending the game there. So blue, 2 rocks left. They need to score with both of those, plus the one in the back of the house, which is basically wide open. Corinne Brown with 2 rocks left needs to kill one more blue stone. That, of course, at 9 a.m., lining up for a rematch of last year's final on Czech TV and CBCSports.ca. Checking back in on the men's game over on Pete D, now playing 10, still live on Czech TV. Team Montgomery with a 7-5 lead, coming home with the hammer. 2 blue stones in good shape, so he's got control of this end at this point. And again, shaping up for an all-Victoria final tomorrow. Ryan, beautiful draw around behind the corner, red one. Needs a miss by Corinne Brown. She can see the one at the back of the house wide open. Of course, the loser of this game still the bronze medalist in the 2024 BC Scotties women's championship. The winner of this game meeting Team Grandy in the final tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. again on Czech TV and CBCSports.ca. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. It's going to be some great curling. 9 a.m. for the women's final, 2 p.m. for the men's final. Corinne Brown with the piece and the victory. Setting up a rematch of last year's women's final. Corinne Brown versus Team Grandy at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning live on Czech TV. Thank you all for joining us, and we hope to see you again tomorrow. Remember, we'll have another 50-50 draw tomorrow morning with a draw just after the men's final. And you log on to curlbc.ca/daily 50-50 / the pot was over $4,000 tonight, and I know it'll be bigger tomorrow. Sign on early, make those bets, support local curling around the Victoria area. Thanks for tuning in, and we hope to see you tomorrow.